Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley, Sheriff Todd Baxter. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, and I continue to demand public information from you. I demand this public information from you because you are both responsible for the disgusting abridgment of my civil and constitutional rights. These are 2 appearance tickets here. I'll briefly explain them as I've explained them before. I'm 54 years old. In the 30 years since I was honorably discharged as a Sergeant E5 in 1988 from 2nd Squadron, 17th Cavalry, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, the number of times I'm arrested is 0. During that time, I've never committed a crime. And you're fanatics, Todd Baxter. You're criminals. You're malcontents. You're sociopaths have descended on me twice. That's what I'm holding in my hand. I hope, Sheriff Baxter, that what has happened to me never happens to Kevin Baxter. I hope, Sheriff Baxter, what has happened to me never happens to Zachary Baxter. I go to the now defunct PW Fitness in Penfield. I'm at the back of the gym. It's hardly anybody there that day. I'm on the bench press. I finished the second set of 10. About to begin the third set of 10. Up walks to me the gym's psychopath, Jermaine Benman. He goes like that. He doesn't talk. Benman doesn't talk to the gym. He screams at the gym when he uses the weights because Jermaine Benman is the gym's psychopath. So when he goes like this, I'm not getting off the machine because I'm on the machine. And it's only going to take me 30 seconds to finish the exercise. So I lean back to continue the exercise. Benman walks up to me, stands over me. I rise up like this, and he punches down. His fist lands on my jaw. My head snaps back. And I did not respond to Benman's violence with my own violence because I've never believed in violence. And I should have that day to prevent what is about to happen to me by your appalling public employee, Andrew Reale, Todd Baxter, and he has not been fired because it's impossible to be fired from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for malfeasance of duty. Andrew Reale should be fired for what he has done to me and my life, character, integrity. So, I don't respond to Benman. And I should have. I should have attacked Jermaine Benman right there at the gym. Choked him, kicked him in the balls, gouged him in the eye. Because if it's a fight, this is not a fight at the gym. And it's going to prevent what is going to happen to me. You want to charge me for assault at the gym for a fight where I'm in defense of myself? Fine. Assault is a charge that can be explained. I was in the defense of myself. Benman attacks me, Sheriff Baxter. You got that? Do you understand what I'm telling you? Sheriff Todd Baxter, public employee. Witness watches us to go outside after Andrew Reale arrives. Reale tells me to wait in his vehicle. I do. And Reale's talking to Benman in front of me, and I'm watching this. I'm watching this happen through the windshield of your Monroe County Sheriff's vehicle, Sheriff Baxter. Because your public employee, who I do not know the salary for because I've demanded the payroll for over a year now, almost a year, pardon me, and I have yet to receive it. Because I want his salary. I want the salary for Andrew Reale because he's responsible for doing this to me. He's responsible for the destruction of my life, character, integrity, his extremism, his incompetence, his fanaticism. His pathetic Forrest Gump existence is responsible for this. So I'm looking out the window of your Monroe County Sheriff vehicle as Andrew Reale coaches Jermaine Bettman to use language directed at me. And Reale walks Bettman around the side of the vehicle, and Reale is standing next to Bettman. He looks at Bettman, and then Jermaine Bettman says to me, quote, "I want to press charges against you." And that, Sheriff Todd Baxter, is how your public employee, who I do not know the salary for, Andrew Reale, charges me with harassment second. I'm sitting in the back seat of your Monroe County Sheriff vehicle as Andrew Reale coaches Jermaine Bettman to say, "I want to press charges against you." And that is how I am charged with this vile concoction of harassment second, sitting in the back seat of Todd Baxter's taxpayer-subsidized Monroe County Sheriff's vehicle. How many people in the entire history of New York State have been charged with harassment second, sitting in the back seat of a police vehicle? So, I moved to my present residence here at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in 2012, beautiful, perfect Laura. I've known her for 30 years. And I moved here to Monroe County to be with her. There's nobody like her. And we lived in Webster, and then we moved here to Penfield in 2012. Everything is normal. I walk through this parking lot next to my house with Dr. Gloria Nichols, the dentist. She eventually is my dentist. When I would walk through the parking lot, she would say, "Hello, how are you?" I don't know her. And she sees the other people walking through the parking lot all day long. Today, like every day. All day long, people are walking through that parking lot. All day long today, like yesterday, like every day. Especially during fireworks at Harris Whalen Park when 200 people walk through the parking lot. So, everything's normal. I take my dog for his walk along the grass alongside my residence to get to the land next to my residence, which Layla Kumar and Nehra Shah don't own. So I walk through the parking lot to walk down Penfield Road, to go to Wegmans, to go to Target. I take my dog for his walk. Everything is normal. Do you understand me, Sheriff Baxter? I'm not the only one walking through that parking lot all day long, because I'm going to get to the pathetic accusatory instrument where your Deputy Meyer is stringing me up. Your corrupt hack. She's a corrupt hack just like Andrew Reale. It is stomach turning. The employees, taxpayer-subsidized employees you have at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Todd Baxter, and you're the number one taxpayer-subsidized stomach-turning employee, public employee. So all I'm doing is walk through a parking lot my neighbors walk through and taking my dog for a walk. I see Dr. Nichols. "Hi, how are you?" I take my dog in the back. 4,000 times I've been back on that land, Nehra and Layla Kumar. And if you own that land, you just walk over to my house and hand me the documentation. Say, "We own that land," and you're on it. It's that simple. If you own that land, Nehra and Layla Kumar, come over to my house and give me the documentation, but you don't have the documentation. You don't own that land. Behind my house or alongside my house. You own nothing. So, there's no grass cutting going on. Ever. Alongside my house. Or behind my house. And when they get here, Todd the fascist stooge, it's not 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. They're here at 7 a.m. on Sunday. Frequently. So beautiful, perfect Laura called the town of Penfield. Couldn't get any confirmation that Layla Kumar and Nehra Shah own that land. Neither could I. So what are they doing here? Because they like to enter the property alongside this strip of land next to my residence to get to the land behind my residence, which they don't own because they don't have the documentation. And when I'm demanding the documentation from them, Sheriff Baxter, he's refusing to open his certified mail. This is a guy accusing me of a crime for walking through a parking lot and calling you to my house for walking my dog. Nehra Shah. Proof he owned that land, he refuses to open his certified mail from me. So does Layla Kumar. So does Layla Kumar again. So there's Layla Kumar again. And there's Nairaj again. They don't own that lane. They don't own that lane alongside my residence or behind my residence. That's why they're not opening up their mail, because they can't prove it. These two are mentally ill. And you, Todd Baxter, are with mental illness. These two are fanatics. These two are disgusting parasites. And you're with fanaticism. You're with disgusting parasites, Nairaj and Layla Kumar Shah. So, one day I'm walking through the parking lot for the 4,000th time, just like my neighbors walked through the parking lot, just like everybody did after the fireworks in Harriswell Park. Walk through the parking lot, I hear screaming from behind me, and there's Nairaj Shah in his vehicle, completely losing his mind when he sees me. So, Nairaj Shah goes to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And you know what's going to happen, Sheriff Baxter? When he goes to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, can you guess what is going to happen when Nairaj Shah goes to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? You, Todd Baxter, are going to affix a camera to the building at 2025 Penfield Road. Because you want to nail me to the wall for walking through that parking lot. That's what you're going to do, Sheriff Baxter. And this is it right here. That's your camera right there that I was on. That's your camera. You got that Michael Radler, Kathleen Miller, W. Tadeo, S. Alberti. So when I use the phrase surveillance state or camera, that's your camera, because I was on it. It was on the phone, the video of me, of this sergeant at Panorama Trail. Your camera on this building that you bought from me that has an assigned number, and you refused to send me the video because I'm not committing any crime. You concocted criminal contempt for me with your fanaticism. So, you're going to set me up, you Panorama Trail fanatics. No grass cutting going on ever. Shouldn't be on land that you don't own and can't prove you own. Especially with the tractor that is ear splitting. Especially on a Sunday at 7 a.m. So I'm sitting where I am right now. Here he comes. The ZZ Top Freak Show. He only knows 2 words with his missing teeth. Fuck you. When you say to him, what are you doing here at 7 a.m. on a Sunday? Fuck you, he says. So, I'm sitting here. I see him. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to be outside for 30 seconds. I see him. I walk outside. I'm standing on Sanders Farm Drive, and as I'm standing on Sanders Farm Drive, what am I on, Sheriff Baxter? I'm on this device that you bought, that you expended taxpayer dollars for. That's your camera that I was on, because the video of me was on the phone of your public employee, and he showed the video to me from this camera. You expended taxpayer dollars to put this camera on this building at 2025 Penfield Road, especially for me. Where's my 14th Amendment right to equal protection to the law? And you know how I found out about this? Descent on my life? Because I'm walking through the parking lot for the 4,000th time, and Elliot Roth of This Business Consumer Insights is outside. And he is staring at me with his usual oddball look. And he says to me, you're going to be arrested, and I have no idea what this guy is talking about. That's because he knows you put this camera on this building, and you're telling him, your employees, your taxpayer-subsidized employees are telling Elliot Roth that I'm going to be arrested. And then Roth tells me, because he knows this camera is on this building that I was on, that you expended taxpayer dollars to buy in your repulsive 1984. This is your camera. This is your surveillance state, Todd Baxter. So, here he comes, the toothless tractor rider. I go outside. I'm going to tell him they don't own that land and come back in, which I do. I go outside. I'm standing on Sanders Farm Drive where I live. I'm pointing. I'm pointing on the what? The video. I'm pointing to him. They don't own that land. I'm outside for 30 seconds. And I know what a crime is. And this is not a crime, Sheriff Baxter. To go outside and say they don't own that land and come back inside is not a crime. But you're trying to nail me to the wall. Your fanatics want me to come outside. So the guy comes by on his tractor. I go outside. He gets off his tractor. He walks away. Now he's not cutting grass. Steve Desmond is employed by Brock Colo Tree and Lawn Care. I look at him. He gets on his phone. He's calling your Panorama Trail office public employees to my house. You are using a civilian to get to my residence. I'm going to say that again. You are using a civilian to get to my residence. What do you think about that fact, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley and Assistant District Attorneys in the Monroe County District Attorney's Office? That Sheriff Todd Baxter's employees are using a civilian to call Panorama Trail to get them here to my residence. And I knew they arrived when Deputy Meyer, who I spoke to on the phone for an hour, and I don't know that she's writing a warrant for my arrest. Because she's an unethical, sleazy train wreck. I'm answering every question. My neighbors walk through the parking lot. It's routine. It's ordinary. And she has this bizarre, oddball way of talking. I had to hold the phone back and look at it. I held the phone back and look at it because I'm thinking she's not listening to me. That's because she's writing the warrant for my arrest and she's not responding to anything I said. Todd Baxter. This Deputy Meyer that you employ, and I do not know her salary. That's why I'm demanding the payroll. This public employee is writing a warrant for my arrest, and I do not know how much she's paid in taxpayer dollars. And she's not listening to anything I said. So, here he comes, Toots tractor rider. Shouldn't be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. Should not be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. Deiraj and Layla Kumar Shah. Should not be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. Layla Kumar and Deiraj Shah. Dr. Gloria Nichols understands that fact because there's no grass cutting going on ever. And when I say grass cutting, it is a racket when they're here. A racket. So, should not be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. What do you not understand about this, Sheriff Baxter? What do your fanatics not understand about that fact? So, I see him. I'm going to go outside. I'm outside for 30 seconds. Then I'll let it come in. I'm on the camera. Then I see Deputy Whack Job Meyer running my backyard. Right down on her face. She's crash lands on her face. There she is in my backyard dirt. Your employees cannot remain upright when they're abridging my civil and constitutional rights. How did Deputy Meyer like laying in my backyard dirt, Todd Baxter? And then I hear the pounding on my door. You start knocking stuff away. If you'd like to talk, you don't ring the doorbell. That's not what you do with your Monroe County Sheriff's Office because you're fanatics. You hear my house, knock or ring the doorbell because that's what normal people do. And you're abnormal at the Monroe County Sheriff's. There's a pounding on my door. They're pounding on my door for being outside for 30 seconds because they can hardly wait to get to me. I open the door and then I hear the lie. We just want to talk to you outside. I walk outside and there's 6 fanatics surround me. 6 of you are here. My neighbor watched this. That's next to me. My neighbor across the street watched this. And they both told me it was a disgrace what happened to me. They saw me go outside and walk back in, and then they saw your fanatics arrive. I'm surrounded on my front lawn and on go the handcuffs. How is that criminal contempt, Sheriff Baxter? How is it criminal contempt to walk outside, say they don't own that land, and come back in? You were supposed to be the chief law enforcement officer of Monroe County, and you don't even know what the law is. You don't know what ethics are. You don't know what morality is. You can't make a distinction between right and wrong. Neither can your employees. I'm 54 years old. And your fanatics have descended on me twice with 2 concoctions. And I was in your jail without the prosecutor from the Monroe County District Attorney's Office from saying one word in the nauseating Star Chamber at Penfield Town Court. Who do you think I have to appear in front of? I have to appear in front of the pedophile protection racket known as John P. Lomenzo Jr. because he's releasing Daniel Delouse III in Penfield because he has a relationship with Daniel Delouse II. Daniel Delouse III is a child rapist in Penfield. So, I'm delivered to Monroe County Jail. I didn't even know what a bench trial was. A bench trial in New York State. You want to be a judge or want to be a judge, but you were last place loser, Kyle Steinbach. What do you think about a bench trial, Kyle Steinbach? Because I now know a bench trial is when a 70-year-old fanatic just determines you go to jail. Because no jury of 12 men and women, 12 empaneled Americans ever sends me to jail for either one of these concoctions. I'm not guilty of any crime, and you descended on me twice with 2 arrests. I've always known the difference between right and wrong. Because mom and dad taught me, my brother and sister, the difference between right and wrong. So, charging document, the accusatory instrument. This coffee-stained document from Layla Kumar and Neeraj Shah. That's the defendant, that's me. On the above date and location, approximately 1440 hours, did knowingly enter or remain unlawfully enter upon the premises of 2041 Penfield Road, Penfield, North Carolina, walking through the parking lot after being told to a certified mail by police that he's not allowed on the property. The 200 people that walked through the parking lot after fireworks and Harris were unparked, did Neeraj and Layla Kumar go running off to your office about this? Like running off to your office about any of my neighbors? I have photograph after photograph of my neighbors walking through that parking lot. I have 50 photographs of my neighbors walking through that parking lot. And these are 50 different people. How many accusatory instruments of these 50 different people do you have from Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah? Where's my 14th Amendment right to equal protection of law if I'm the only New Yorker out of 17.9 million that will be arrested for walking through that parking lot that I've walked through 4,000 times? There is no accusatory instrument in the state of New York like this pathetic document. How do you not laugh Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah out of your office or tell them to get the hell off the phone? So, this is dated November 19, 2019, signed by me. Each time my signature is on this document, that's the date. November 19, 2019, my signature, the date. This is a Freedom of Information law document. And this compels you to provide this information to me. And you will refuse. Despite the fact that your entire existence is because of the taxpayers of the state of New York. Freedom of Information law. Public employee payroll from Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. That's it. I demand to know what the 170 public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office are paid. What are the salaries at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail? Sheriff Todd Baxter. You know that if the people of Monroe County learn what you're paying your public employees, you never win re-election. You know that if the people of Monroe County learn what you're paying your public employees, there will be rage in Monroe County. You know this fact. Freedom of Information law. Public employee payroll for the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Do you understand this language, Sandra Doorley? District Attorney of Monroe County. Do you understand that this is the law here? Your district attorney's office exists because of taxpayer dollars. What do your assistant district attorneys earn in taxpayer dollars? What are they paid in taxpayer dollars? Your assistant district attorney stood in Penfield Town Court for these concocted charges upon me by Sheriff Todd Baxter and said not one word, not one sound, not one syllable. She did not talk. I'm at the podium. I'm standing there, Madam District Attorney. I'm standing there. And I look over because I'm going to interrupt her. I'm looking at her just like this. Lomenzo's in front of me, obviously. She does not talk. How do I go to jail as an innocent man when your public employee, Sandra Doorley, does not speak in court? The prosecutor talks in court. The prosecutor details why the defendant is guilty of a crime. That's the way it works. Not at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, not in the Penfield Town Court nauseating star chamber of John P. Lomenzo Jr. What is the name of the female prosecutor who stands in total silence in Penfield Town Court as my civil and constitutional rights are abridged by this hate-consumed pedophile protection racket for Daniel DeLaus III, who calls himself John P. Lomenzo Jr.? How do I go to jail when your female prosecutor, District Attorney Sandra Doorley, does not talk? Conviction Integrity Unit? What a joke. What a lie. Freedom of Information Law. The cost of taxpayers if Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter has expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Sexual harassment has 1,000 different definitions. Sexual harassment makes it impossible for someone to do a job. And it's almost always the male perpetrating this crime on the female. It's a male touching a female inappropriately on parts of her body throughout the day. That doesn't reach the level of a sexual assault. That's a rape. But a man should never have his hands on a woman, including a little neck rub. A man should never touch a woman ever at the office, and that definitely happens. It's a man asking a woman out on a date over and over and over. She's under siege with the constant reply, no, leave me alone. I don't want to go out with you. It's vile, disgusting, vulgar language at the office. So, my question is, Sheriff Todd Baxter, have you, Sheriff Todd Baxter, expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act? Freedom of Information Law. The cost of taxpayers of Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Doorley has expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Same question, same language. What's the answer to that question? Have you, District Attorney Sandra Doorley, expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Is the answer yes or is the answer no? Because it is news if the District Attorney of Monroe County had to use taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And I don't know the answer. If the answer is no, Sandra, then the answer is no. I don't know the answer. And I'm not going to speculate as to what the answer is because I don't believe in speculation. I believe in facts and evidence and the truth. So, Sandra, what is the answer? Have you expended taxpayer dollars to settle sexual harassment or employment-related discrimination lawsuits? What is the answer, Madam District Attorney? Freedom of Information Law. This is simple. The names and charges of every inmate in Monroe County Jail from December 2018, January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018. Calendar year 2018. That's it. Names and charge. Get the name, the charge. I want to see who's there. I demand to know who's there. It's a public facility, Todd Baxter. Do you even have such a list? Do you know who's at your jail? Because you'll refuse to comply, of course. And that's going to be your bankrupt confession. You don't even know who's at your jail, or you won't disclose the names and charges of people that are at your jail. It's a public facility. What are the names of the individuals and what are the charges of the people there? This is not a Fortune 500 company you're running here where everything is private and a citizen has no right or expectation to demand information. Your jail is a taxpayer-supported public facility. What are the names of the individuals that were there? And the reason why I want to know this, I want to contact these individuals about their experience at your jail. Because that jail is a criminal enterprise, just like you, Todd Baxter, are a criminal enterprise. Freedom of Information Law. That's it. Freedom of Information Law. And you, Todd Baxter and Sandra Doorley, know nothing about freedom. The cost for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia with his canine dog, Lola, on February 3rd, 2019. There's your employee, Ryan Fisher, Todd Baxter. There he is right there. That's your employee, Ryan Fisher, standing with his canine dog in front of Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Did you, Todd Baxter, expend taxpayer dollars for a plane ticket for Ryan Fisher to fly to Atlanta, Georgia? Did you, Sheriff Todd Baxter, expend taxpayer dollars for a hotel room for Ryan Fisher to stay in Atlanta? Did you, Todd Baxter, expend taxpayer dollars for the care and feeding of Ryan Fisher's dog, Lola? Did you, Todd Baxter, provide a per diem for Ryan Fisher to exist in Atlanta, Georgia on taxpayer time? What was the total cost of this trip, Sheriff Todd Baxter? If Ryan Fisher is in uniform, and he is in uniform, standing in front of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, then he's on county time as a Monroe County Sheriff employee. There he is. That's your employee in Atlanta, Georgia in uniform. He's not back in Monroe County. He's not doing his job in Monroe County. There he is in uniform in Atlanta, Georgia, and there's Mercedes-Benz Stadium with his dog. Why? Why is he there? Well, I'm going to answer that question. That's your Twitter account from Monroe County Sheriff's Office, because you announced it. You announced your buffoonery online, which I love. Monroe County Sheriff's Office tweet, quote, "As we get ready to watch the Super Bowl, we are grateful to the men and women assigned to keep fans and players safe in Atlanta, including MCSO's own Ryan Fisher and Canine Lola. Deputy Fisher sent this photo from Atlanta. Thank you both for your service." Thank you, Ryan Fisher, for your service, being 1,000+ miles away from Rochester and Monroe County with your canine dog, Lola. Thank you, Ryan Fisher, for your heroic service to the United States of America at the Super Bowl with your canine dog, Lola. Thank you, Ryan Fisher, for being on this pathetic junket with the canine dog, Lola. Freedom of Information Law. Cost taxpayers for photography session approved by Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter to photograph 10 public employees underwater in a pool. There's your public employees. There they are. These are Monroe County Sheriff Office employees underwater in a pool. How is the underwater crime going in Monroe County, Sheriff Baxter? Are your public employees here in training because of the underwater crime in Monroe County? How many murders took place in Monroe County underwater? How many robberies took place in Monroe County underwater? How many assaults took place in Monroe County underwater? How many rapes took place in Monroe County underwater? How many car thefts took place in Monroe County underwater? What are you doing expending taxpayer dollars to take this picture of your public employees underwater in a pool? It's Michael Phelps swimming by here, Mark Spitz swimming by here. What's going on here underwater? Do you, Todd Baxter, understand your pathetic, disgusting, and hilarious existence in Monroe County, baby? Because I love you. This is the most beautiful photograph I've ever seen. Now here's the special Freedom of Information Law. It's the last one here. The special Freedom of Information Law document here. Now, this has language that you should immediately recognize that's going to be a question. Freedom of Information Law. Why is Sheriff Todd Baxter a whack job? All right, Freedom of Information Law, there it is right there. I said my signature, Chris Chichester, 11/19/20 thing. Why is Sheriff Todd Baxter a whack job? All right, now, there's every foil that's going to be attached, PDF. So, when you get this, Michael Radner, Kathleen Miller, W. Taylor, S.O. Bernie, I don't know W, I don't know your first name, I don't have the payroll. S, I don't know your first name, I don't have the payroll. How much you pay? Why don't you just email me your salaries? So, you're going to get all this, and you two in the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, and send me your payrolls. Send me the public employee payroll. I'm going to show you an item that was in Newsday. And it's about me. And this is not about self-aggrandizement or my life, but I'm just going to tell you how disclosure of public employees' salaries works. I worked for 4 years for Senate Majority Leader Ralph Marino from 1991 to 1994. And then in January 1995, I was hired to be a press officer in the second floor Capitol Press Office for Governor George Pataki. I was there right from the beginning in January 1995. So I started work for the governor in January 1995 as a press officer. And I worked for the governor in 95, 96 in the press office. And it was terrific, an experience of a lifetime. And that's on the second floor of the Capitol. Governor's offices are on the second floor. On the first floor is the Division of the Budget. And I went down to the Division of Budget, start a new job as a communications director for the Division of the Budget. And when I was hired as the communications director for the Division of the Budget, there was an item in Newsday. And this is it. It's an item about me. Because it has my salary that I was paid in this item, which I'm just going to read to you briefly. My salary was in Newsday, which my father worked for, and that was at the row because Dad worked for Newsday. Ex-Long Islander Pataki's budget flat. Albany. As Governor George Pataki nears the release of his third state budget, he has tapped a Long Island native to help lead the effort to promote that plan across New York. Christopher Chichester, 31, formerly of Lake Grove, was named Monday as Director of Communications for the Division of the Budget, the office responsible for producing Pataki's $64 billion spending plan and for managing the flow of cash throughout the year. After serving for 2 years as Pataki's deputy press secretary, in which role he focused on criminal justice issues, Chichester began his $70,000 a year post yesterday. $70,000 a year post. My salary was in the newspaper because I was a public employee. And this is written by Michael Slackman of Newsday, a terrific guy. And he asked me, what's your salary? And I told him. And then he confirmed it. I don't know with who, controller's office, somebody. But he just didn't rely on me telling him he wanted the record. That's why my salary is in Newsday. I told him and he confirmed it. Because I'm a public employee. You got that, Todd Baxter and Sandra Doorley? Public employee. It's the way that works. Disclosure. Not at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, because you do whatever the hell you want in Monroe County. That's why. So, and we have Michael Radler, the double dipper. How you doing spending your 2 paychecks, Michael Radler, baby? Because you were a Monroe County Sheriff employee for 20 years, then you retired, you're out, you were done, you're sitting on your Archie Bunker chair, you were finished, 20 years. So there's your double dipper paycheck for being a Monroe County Sheriff public employee for 20 years, writing speed tickets. And you retired, you were done, and then Sheriff Baxter, he hires you to be a special assistant. You're so invaluable. We need you, Michael, desperately back at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. There you are as a special assistant to Sheriff Baxter. So you got 2 paychecks, Michael the double dipper. Am I right, Michael? You got 2 paychecks, you're cashing 2 paychecks. I have yet to determine the legality of your status at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I do not know if you're an illegal employee. I thought I did. I thought I was sure. I thought I had certainty, and now I don't have certainty. And have you figured out what I'm doing to you at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? Have you figured that out? I do not know if you're an illegal employee, Michael Radler, but I know you're a sleazy and unethical train wreck with your 2 paychecks. So, Sheriff Baxter, I'm very impressed with the film about the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Here you are. This is the film starring here. You're right here in the middle. I was very impressed with this film. That way, Goodfellas, because it's about a criminal organization, Goodfellas. And Goodfellas is the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And Sheriff Baxter, I'm concerned about the employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I'm also concerned about the employees, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley at the District Attorney's Office, about the character and integrity displayed by these public employees. And I have their photographs here. Sheriff Baxter, this is Monroe County Sheriff Office employee Charles Manson. You can see the look on his face there, Sheriff Baxter. I think Monroe County Sheriff Office employee Charles Manson, he's got some issues, Sheriff Baxter. So Sheriff Baxter, tomorrow morning when you get in, you need to call Monroe County Sheriff Office employee Charles Manson into your office and counsel him about his lack of professionalism on the job. It's very important that you speak to him immediately because he has self-control issues, just like all 170 of you whack jobs. So you need to talk to Monroe County Sheriff Office employee Charles Manson when you get into the office tomorrow. Okay, Todd? And now, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley, I'm very concerned about this employee here at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. This is Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Patty Hurst. And you can see her with her rifle here. Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Patty Hurst committing this bank heist. Can you see her right here, Madam District Attorney? You need to talk to Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Patty Hurst about this bank heist. You got that? You understand me, Madam District Attorney? She needs counseling. What's she doing here with this automatic weapon? This is your employee, Sandra. What the heck's going on here? And what's this symbol here? What's going on here with that? Did you paint that in your spare time, Madam District Attorney? Is this what you're doing? Did you give her this emblem of Patty Hurst with this automatic weapon, this bank that she's in? What the heck is going on with your Assistant District Attorney, Patty Hurst, holding up this bank? Give me a break already. And Sheriff Baxter, I'm very concerned about this employee. This is Monroe County Sheriff Office employee Ted Bundy. And you can see he's really going berserk here, which is the default of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. He's got his hand above his head. Look at the look on his face here, Sheriff Baxter. This is the perfect way for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ted Bundy to explain himself. He's talking to some people at the scene of a crime here, and he's giving his opinion, and he's showing everybody what he's about as a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee, Ted Bundy. So, Sheriff Baxter, you need to talk to, Monroe County Sheriff Office Ted Bundy here, and you need to tell him, to calm down a little bit, calm down. Madam District Attorney, I'm concerned about Assistant District Attorney Jeffrey Dahmer in your office here, Madam District Attorney. Here he is. All right, now, Madam District Attorney, he's got a problem here with his diet because he's a cannibal and likes to eat other people. All right, so you, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley, you need to talk to your Assistant District Attorney Jeffrey Dahmer here about this cannibalism he's got going on here. All right, Madam District Attorney, because he may have bodies all over his apartment in Rochester. You need to counsel him here and, tell him to knock it off. Tell him to get a regular diet. Come into the office and eat some cornflakes, eat a bologna sandwich, get a regular diet here. All right? So you need to talk to, your Assistant District Attorney, Jeffrey Dahmer here. Give him some counseling. All right? Sheriff Baxter, I'm concerned about this Monroe County Sheriff Office employee who was on the cover of the Daily News. This is an employee. He has yet to be identified when he was on the cover, but he was subsequently identified when he was on the front page, the wood of the Daily News. Here he is, and he was wanted. This is a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee who was wanted. This is why Son of Sam is wanted. You see that, Sheriff Baxter? This is a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee, Son of Sam. He was wanted here, and then Jimmy Breslin wrote a column about him and his talking dog. And he was subsequently apprehended, and here he is. This is Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee, the former Son of Sam, the present David Burkow, upstate in Shawangunk, doing life, and he's going to fry in hell, just like a lot of you whack jobs there at the Sheriff's Office. Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley, I'm also concerned about this prosecutor here. In your office, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley. This is Assistant District Attorney Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown here. This is a picture of him, of course. Now, Assistant District Attorney Charlie Brown is an idiot. Okay, so and he fits right in there at the District Attorney's office. See, I can see he's got that idiot look on his face. I am Charlie Brown in Monroe County District Attorney's office. I'm an idiot. So what are you doing hiring idiots, Sandra? Give me a break with this already, Charlie Brown. Why did you hire Charlie Brown? Is he standing at that podium in Penfield Town Court not saying anything as innocent people go to jail? Give me a break already with Charlie Brown. You need to fire Charlie Brown, Madam District Attorney. Get the program already. Sheriff Baxter, I'm concerned about this employee here. In your office here. This is a special case here because this employee of yours is now committing criminal acts throughout Monroe County. This is a serious crime that this employee is committing, Sheriff Baxter. This is a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee, Pepe Le Pew, and he is a French rapist. Okay, and you got to keep him away from every woman in Monroe County because, he's a French rapist. And do I have to tell you what a French rapist likes to do? All right, so I'm very concerned about Monroe County Sheriff Office employee Pepe Le Pew. All right, so he looks very friendly. He doesn't look like a threatening human being, but this guy, he's got that tail there. That's the Sheriff Baxter tail. He's got going there. He's got the what would me worry look on his face. You need to talk to Monroe County Sheriff Office employee and French rapist Pepe Le Pew and tell him to calm down, stop committing these criminal acts. All right, Sheriff Baxter, I'm very concerned about him. All right, now I don't know the salary for him either, Sheriff Baxter, because I don't have the payroll. So, Madam District Attorney, I'm concerned about this Assistant District Attorney you have in your office here, as she's prosecuting cases. But unlike the prosecutor in my case who stood in contempt of court, didn't say anything, This woman is very aggressive in court. She will not shut up. This is Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Aileen Warno. So you can see there's a picture of her right here. And she has a very unique backstory that you're undoubtedly aware of, Madam District Attorney, because she's a serial killer. So, here she is standing there at the officer station. Look at the smile on her face right there. All right, she just got done knocking off 3 guys here. She used to be a prostitute, which that's an interesting profession, to be a prostitute serial killer. I've never heard of such a thing. So you need to be very concerned about Assistant District Attorney Aileen Warnos here, Madam District Attorney. And Madam District Attorney, there's another female employee in your office that I'm concerned about. And again, just like my female prosecutor doesn't say a word in Pennsylvania Town Court, this is Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Lindsay Lohan. There she is right there, and she's got some emotional self-control problems going on there. That she can't keep a man. She gets fired from Hollywood films. She's just a complete nervous breakdown. And, she fits right in there with the Monroe County Assistant District Attorneys, because you're all having your nervous breakdowns. Right? And finally, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley, I'm concerned about this Assistant District Attorney in your office. This is Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Patty Hurst. Okay, now she's got some problems with robbing banks in Rochester. All right, so you need to tell Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Patty Hurst to stop knocking over banks in Rochester. You got that, Madam District Attorney? Am I clear? Todd, what the hell is Clint Eastwood doing in my backyard? You just let Clint Eastwood escape from Monroe County Jail. He's an innocent man like me. That's why he escaped. Clint Eastwood just escaped. He just ran right out of my backyard. This is ridiculous, Todd, the fascist dude. So, you know where he's going, Todd? He's going to the bridges of Madison County. He's gonna photograph those bridges. Then he's gonna have a lot of sex with Meryl Streep. So, that's a good thing for him. So, now, Sheriff Baxter, open your mail from me. Actually, refusing to open your mail. Why don't you open your mail, Sheriff Baxter? So, open your mail from me. You got that? Now, I'm going to read you just 4 graphs from this. It's what I sent you, Sheriff Baxter, Rock Ridge. So, I'll read the 1 graph, because there's no denial from this. And you're going to pick up the phone and call the officer crazy town. That's why I use the phrase surveillance device. I'm accurate. Quote, you spent taxpayer dollars to purchase and install a surveillance device for me. Do you know how I discovered that fact, Todd, the fascist stooge? I began to walk through the parking lot for 4,000 times, and Elliot Roth is outside. This aspiring John Hinckley Jr. nut job tells me you're going to be arrested. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. That is because you installed the camera. He knows you installed it, Todd, the fascist stooge. Roth knows I will be arrested before I know I will be arrested because you told him. That's on May 12th I sent that. You're telling a private citizen that you're going to descend on me. Because you set me up in your psychotic 1984. You set me up. You got Andrew Reale charging me with harassment second when I'm attacked at the gym by the sociopath Jermaine Benman. Benman appears in front of James Mully, walks right out the door. I appear before John P. Lomenzo Jr. and I go to jail. How does that happen in the United States of America? Benman, who attacks me, appears before Mully, goes home. I appear before Lomenzo, I go to jail. And when I'm at jail, I'm asked, what's my sentence? I'm not told. I'm not told what my sentence is. I'm outside for 30 seconds, and your fanatics descend on me. So, Sheriff Todd Baxter, answer my Freedom of Information Law demands. District Attorney Sandra Doorley, answer my Freedom of Information Law demands. What country do you live in, Sandra Doorley and Todd Baxter?